Located 5,000 feet above sea level between the Kamala, Kru and Paniar ranges in the eastern Himalayas is the Subansiri Valley. The valley falls in the lower Subansiri district in India's easternmost state of Arunachal Pradesh, wedged between Tibet, Myanmar and Bhutan. Globally recognized as a biodiversity hotspot with many rare, endemic flora and fauna, the region records as much as 4,500 mm rainfall every year. The pre-monsoon showers of March continue till autumn, resulting in the luxuriant growth of myriad life and creepers, orchids and flowers. The Subansiri Valley is inhabited by the Aptanis, one of the 125 tribal groups of Arunachal Pradesh. The Aptanis are of the Mongoloid stock, and their society has since antiquely evolved alongside their environment, with the form of their houses and villages remaining apparently unchanged for centuries, yet evolving gradually over the years with the assimilated knowledge of successive generations. Symmetrical, tightly packed houses with steep slanting roofs alongside straight, well-drained roads is the hallmark of any typical Apatani village. The Apatanis believe they are the descendants of the primeval man on earth. They worship the sun and the moon, and their society is based on locally evolved social and religious beliefs. The Apatanis differ from other hill tribes in their farming technique. They practice settled rice cultivation, not jhum like most others, and they have, over the years, evolved as skilled farmers who have made their lush green village famous for its own unique form of wet rice cultivation. However, Apatani women have greater responsibility for agriculture. They are traditional caretakers of genetic and species diversity in agriculture, leading to its feminization. The women are responsible for sowing, hoeing, crop maintenance, harvesting, storage and seed selection for future planting. The role of the men is confined to land preparation. They only have to clear and till the soil. The women select the seed, plant the seedlings, protect them from damage by insects, till they finally harvest the crop. This is no exceptional activity in Apatani way of farming. Rather, this is the rule. Fields are ploughed with the hoe and the feet. No plough or animals are used. Transplantation too is done a bit earlier, and each seedling is planted individually, not in a bunch as others do. Women working in groups is a common practice in Apatani villages. The groups or patang as they are called team up for collective work in the fields of each of the families to which the workers belong. Teamwork is joyful experience. The local brew made of millets called apong enlivens their spirits. They relish a chutney called paike in between the apong, which protects them from illnesses. And if the sight of fish chained as lockets to necklaces surprises anybody, it's because he does not know that paddy and fish are cultivated together on the same field by the Aptanis. The intricate water channels which crisscross the Aptani paddy fields is the contribution of the Aptani male. The rice field, which is in gentle gradient, is flooded and the overflow is passed on to the next field, located at a slightly lower level. All organic waste, including human, pig and poultry refuse, generated in the village is drained into the irrigation channels and ultimately finds its way to the agricultural fields. This not only adds valuable fertilizers to the fields, but also cleans the environment. The fields turn green as the paddy stalk mature. The Apatani mind is full of hope for a beautiful harvest. And along with hope, there is fear. Fear that their crops may be damaged. And to ward off the fear, there are rituals. The midsummer ritual in which the Apatani deities of Tamu, Metu, Donipolo and the sky god are invoked is called the Dree. The chief priest and his assistants gather along with the village elders, all dressed up as warriors, and after offering sacrifices, recite invocations in which they call Dree Barney for a day. For the others, it is a time for joy and merrymaking. The sacrificial structure is called the Yugyang, and sacrifices made, it is believed to protect the paddy fields from pests and insects. Women and children are not usually allowed to take the meat of sacrificial animals. Male members regulate social activities in the Apatani society. The decision-making system is surprisingly flexible in the cohesive Apatani village structure and is male-dominated. Each village has its council of bullions for different age groups. These bullions regulate all ritual and social activities within the village and also resolve disputes. The bullion of the elders is the one most respected in the village, and it is these elders who keep alive these various traditional and social norms of the Apatani society. The Apatani society has evolved along with their environment. They respect biodiversity as is reflected in the Apatani society. They practice symbolic compassion to insects and pests, even as they damage crops for a 7-day period following the Dree festival. It is a taboo for Apatani people to go to the fields during this period. Such is their belief in rebirth and respect for other living creatures. During this period, people are not allowed to work in the field or garden, nor can they bring green vegetables and firewoods. It is believed that if the observance of these taboos is violated, the performance at the time of festival may not be successful. The Apatanis are settled agriculturalists. Land is the source of life for the Apatanis, giving them a sense of stability, solidarity, prestige and value as a people. All of the cultivated land is privately owned property. Those who own little or no land earn a living by working for their more prosperous neighbors. Their primary crops are rice. Millets are also grown on the raised embankments between the rice fields. Traditional knowledge is transferred to the younger generation through the natural observation of the green and the activities in the fields. Sowing of vegetables is normally done during the months of August and September. During this period, women eat very well and proceed with full stomachs to the fields for sowing. Menstruating women are not allowed near any kind of seed storage. Despite oppressive concepts of pollution and purity to which women are subject, they do have a say in choosing which varieties of paddy are to be cultivated and in which fields. And of course, they use no chemical fertilizers. In their vegetable gardens, the Apatanis grow a wide variety of vegetables like cucumber, chilies, peas, squash, tomatoes, potatoes, etc. Bamboo is that one single element on which the material elements of Apatani culture is centrally dependent. Bamboo is grown in around 100 varieties, not only to yield bamboo shoots, which is a cherished food crop, but also for the bamboo around which many of the elements of Apatani culture have evolved. It is the Apatani man's domain to weave and create from bamboos of various grades the diverse utility items, including solving the structural and aesthetic tangles confronted in building their distinctive Apatani home estates. Use of bamboo is all-pervasive in the range of utility items in the Apatani existence. Be it the traps they place in the streams to collect the various forms of aquatic life which they consume, or simply the baskets in which they carry their loads. Trading is a newly found vocation in this valley, where along with modernity, markets have cropped up. Money is the media, barter no longer exists, but the items are the same traditional agricultural products. The mood is not market-like. It's a synthesis of genuine warmth and compassion. The green fields turn golden. The crops are matured. Hopes have risen. It'll soon be time to bring it home. Prosperity and the means to live through the bitter cold of the harsh winter in the cozy comfort of their homesteads with fire of the hearth to keep them company. The onset of autumn is the time when the priest has another duty to perform. It is yet another time for prayer. An extended session of prayer in which there is no merrymaking for the masses. No one ventures into the fields on those auspicious days, as the priest performs yapung to ensure that snow and thunderstorm do the crop no harm. Empty streets and deserted houses. That's what one finds in any Apatani village during harvesting time. The entire village is in the fields. In the fields, which is now turned golden, bearing the ripe fruits of a monsoon and the toil that the season brings. The patang of the sowing season has not been disbanded as yet. They still are in the fields, collecting the golden rewards that nature now has in store for them. Harvesting is brisk, and winnowing is completed there in the field itself. The millet too is ripe and ready. The paddy seeds find their way to the granaries. They are of identical shape and form and located at a distance from the village to ensure that accidental fires do them no harm. The seeds are stored in the homestead. The elderly women folk are the custodians. The others get only the paddy they grind to get the rice for the table. Life unfolds leisurely. There is plenty of time for the imaginative Apatani mind to weave on the loom colorful designs inspired by the colors of nature. The pastel shades of nature are often disturbed by harsh deeds of man, and the Apatani's attempt to bridge this is by rejuvenating forests. This is no new practice. It is an age-old tradition of conserving the forests that surround the villages. Today, one finds almost everywhere wanton extraction of forests. No one, it seems, subscribes to the principle of utilizing forest resources in a sustainable basis. Clear skies and green forests are polluted by smoke and ashes of man's destructive nature. But not so in the land of the Apatanis, the green warriors of the Himalayas, who nurtures the nature as the abode of their ancestors and gods.
Hello, ami tu du bunyi, mi kan tiluru, ta curi kuyu, ke tilu kuyu, hantu siapa kuyu, ke lele kuyu, ke suli mutu gunu, si bapa tangu hike, hantu boleh mutu gunu, si nanti nanti tak suke, du mutu gunu. Aduh, jo, aduh, kan tidur, sa ami tidur bunyi, ni tidur di lukuyu, si ya so bako, so ami tidur bunyi, si siapa